Hey, man of God, here's a question for you. How do you make your wife a perfect 10? Or how can she make you a perfect 10? But I'll start with your wife. I was watching this podcast recently, and it was interesting because there was a guy and a girl on there, and they were talking about rating your spouse, right? Rate your spouse. And they were getting a little snarky, and one of them said to the other one, okay, well, you rate your spouse. And it brought me to an understanding of how would I rate my spouse, my wife. We've been married 33 years. We have 3 adult kids. We have 3 dogs we treat like our kids. We have a life, right? And we've been together a long time. And so I was wondering about that and thinking, how would I rate my wife? You could rate on the physical, which is what they were talking about, right? You're looking at physical attributes. And isn't it interesting when you're younger? When I was first dating her and her, me, and maybe you with the people that you are with, you know, the wife that you have, the girlfriend, whoever it is that is your significant other in your life, you look at them physically and you think, okay, is this person a 10? And for my wife, what would she be in my life? Would she be a 6? Would she be a 7? Would she be an 8? But here's the interesting thing. I've been married 33 years, and I look at my wife from the perspective of, well, of a dice. See, here's the interesting thing. You can look at physical beauty and oh, okay, that's one part of who she is. And for your spouse, for your girlfriend, or the person in your life, it may be that one. And when you're young, that's all that matters, right? Just that single one. It's just this thing matters and nothing else. But here's the interesting thing. My wife has more attributes than just that. See, she has compassion. That my wife is an amazingly compassionate person, much more so than me, right? She'll quickly give to other people. She'll quickly serve and love and care for folks. Not that I won't, but she is amazing at it. She definitely leads that in her house, but she has also got character. I love my wife's laugh. I love the humor that she has. I love the fact that she wants to share her life with me when I walk in the door or where we get on the phone or whenever we connect again. She's always wanting to tell me about her day or an experience or some crazy thing that's happened in her life. But then there's also kindness. My wife has this amazing ability to want to give to others, not just care and compassion, but giving gifts and holidays are something that really drives her. And Christmas is her season. It's absolutely her living out who she is because she loves giving to our kids. She loves being able to give to people who are special in her life. But then she cares for us. There's the other attributes of her life, including the fact that she feeds me. She makes sure, you know, when she's out on you know, a trip to see her sister, she makes sure that I have food in the house. Not that I have it ready to be prepared, but she'll cook meals for me and put them in a freezer so I'm taken care of, and our dogs as well, of course. See, if I just look at her physical beauty, I could give you a number. But when I look at everything else that makes my wife who she is, I can't help but think that she is a 10. Not just because of her physical beauty. That's one attribute of who she is, and I love to see her, and I love the beauty that she has. But it's all of these other things that make her so valuable in my life, make her so important in my life. See, we can look at physical beauty, we can look at the outside, and, you know, they say looks will fade over time and all of that, or you can lie to your spouse and tell them you're going to get more and more beautiful. Physically, that's probably not the case. But what does start to shine and what does come to light and what is more and more amazing as the years go by are the other aspects of my wife, the other things I see that make her her, the other attributes that make Susan the most amazing person in my life. She makes me better simply because she's in my life. See, those things are the reason why she's a 10. It's her physical beauty, but it's her character, it's her compassion, it's her love, it's her kindness, it's her generosity, it's her humor. It's her friendship. It's all of these attributes. See, how do you make your wife a 10? Well, you start to look at all of the beauty that she shows. You start to look at all of the things that she brings. And in that place, I can't help but believe that your wife would be a perfect 10 because you get to see all of those things about her. This life mastery journey is me starting to understand who I'm created to be. And in that place, it gives me a vision to allow my wife to do the same. I get to see her as she's created to be, not need her to make up the difference because I have an insecurity. One of the greatest blessings and benefits in me walking in a life mastery journey, overcoming fear of failure, imposter syndrome, and the insecurity and anxiety that I was carrying around in my life, was in that place when I can fully show up as me, I can start to see more and more of who she's created to be. And in that place, my wife not becomes a 10, but I recognize the 10 that she's always been. And in that place, we have an amazing marriage. How do you make your wife a 10? It's in those ways. The more I understand who I am, the more I am walking in the life mastery journey for myself, the more my eyes open up to see the gift that my wife is for my life. And maybe for you as well. Maybe those will be the attributes and the outcomes of your life mastery journey. It's worth living it. And at the end of the day, you'll have a wife that's a 10. Remember this, man of God. Dominate your day.